Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds for the Pro Cage Legacy lightweight title. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, weighing in under 155 pounds. Standing 5 foot 9 inches tall, with a professional fight record of 5 wins and 3 defeats. Fighting out of SPG Ireland, by way of Portugal, presenting Pedro Carvalho! And his opponent making his way to the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, weighing in under 155 pounds, standing 5 foot 7 inches tall, with a professional fight record of 7 wins with no defeats. Fighting out of Team Berkut, Russia, presenting Ibragim Kantaev!
This is your main event of the evening, and boy have we got you a main event. We have Pedro Carvalho fighting out of SPG by way of Portugal and taking on a very dangerous Russian in Ibragim Kantaev. A perfect record of 7-0 for the Russian. If you've been the Cage Legacy before, you will have seen Carvalho. He got a very, very good victory over Jenderson Casho at Cage Legacy 4 in the TOT Theatre. Your referee for the main event is Marios Domasat. And we are underway. Carvalho is really a high-level opponent here.
Carvalho starting off swapping stances. Again, he's changing stances a lot.
You can see the Russian. I'm expecting strong Zambo from the Russian, and Carvalho looks to close the distance. We can see Kantaev is
so explosive with how he shoots.
Great sprawl there by Pedro.
Beautiful work by Pedro.
Carvalho avoiding that nice knee to the body as well. But the Russian is like a dog with a bone looking after this takedown.
Kantaev looking for that ankle pick for a second. Pedro doing a good job of blocking that arm. He knows that Kantaev wants that ankle pick.
He's pushing down on the head as well.
Head. Very good by Carvalho.
Kantaev looks like he's got his 2 hands clasped now.
Even if he gets his hands together, Carvalho's doing a good job of just breaking the posture and taking some of the strength out of the takedown, but he finishes that takedown.
Got it down, Kantaev, excellent work.
Nice elbows off his back.
That was something we seen earlier as well from Dylan Logan. Strong elbows from the back.
Kantaev keeping his hips high and his way forward.
And Pedro looking for an arm, possibly. He almost got the reversal. Almost got a beautiful sweep. Pedro Carvalho.
Kantaev needs to be careful. This could work in his favour, keeping his hips that high, but it can leave you open to sweeps as well, like what Carvalho was looking for there. Maybe looking for a pendulum or a flower sweep.
And Carvalho throwing the legs up.
Have that arm.
Big heavy shots by Kantaev from the top. Pedro Carvalho can't take too many of them. There's a lot of power behind them.
Tell you, I would not like to be on the bottom.
And Carvalho does excellent work to get it back up, but again, you got to look at Ibragim Kantaev. He's not giving Carvalho any room. He's just chasing that takedown in on a single, changing to a double.
He's chasing that takedown like it owes him money.
Just looking for the body lock, but excellent so far. Takedown defense here by Pedro Carvalho.
Carvalho's lifting, he's cupping the chin there to help break the posture. Again, just taking the strength out of the takedown.
But the Russian again is just not allowing Carvalho any space. He's putting all his weight into Pedro Carvalho.
Carvalho's landing nice left knees to the body from here, from time to time.
And again, just a lovely action, and Kantaev is just leaning into Pedro Carvalho. And again, this is a big facet of the game, is making Carvalho carry his weight.
And controlling that inside space with those underhooks.
Nice knees to the thigh as well, coming in from Kantaev. Plenty of experience at 7-0.
Lift, he gets the off balance and he gets the takedown.
The cage almost stopped.
Carvalho almost back to his feet. I like how Kantaev is using that hook on Carvalho's leg just to keep him from getting up to his feet.
And again, he's just pulling the legs away from the cage, and Carvalho just looking to try and stand up, but Ibragim Kantaev is not allowing that space or the room. He's using the cage just to push it off, try to create an angle, and there's them elbows.
Elbows to the side of the head, right into the ear with one of those elbows, I think.
And Pedro was showing, yeah, I'm in the bottom position, but I'm willing to work and land strikes.
But still, gravity's going to take its toll with that weight of Kantaev on top. I'm sure Kantaev can go like this all day.
He just sits
Almost
across.
Pass,
looking for the leg.
Looking for the 4-11 position. Good for knee bars, good for heel hooks.
And right in front of us here, and is Pedro chasing the takedown now. He's got the two hands of the Russian
Pedro
class.
gets the double leg.
And Pedro Carvalho right in front of us here.
Looking to step into mount maybe. No, he passes the side control. Good work by Pedro.
Pedro inside control. What will he show? What will the Russian have to show? The Russian just using brute strength there, Keith, just to get back up. But Carvalho looks to take his back.
Oh,
shake it up. You've got to be careful with that kick. Bit of time there, and you can just see that Ibragim Kantaev, he just threw like an almost soccer kick there as they were on the canvas, and it would have been a grounded opponent legal strike. So Mario Stanislat just asking Carvalho, is he okay? And we are, and we're back underway.
Straight in with a nice jab from Carvalho.
And big head
nice
kick.
Right head kick. Carvalho's putting together some nice combinations here.
And Pedro Carvalho just looking to try and pick up the pace here, and a big right hand by Ibragim Kantaev has dropped Pedro Carvalho, but Carvalho fighting through it. Just misses on it. Carvalho goes back.
Answers back.
Big combos by Carvalho. They are swinging.
It's like them rock'em sock'em robots.
Carvalho goes high with a head kick, and there big shot by Pedro Carvalho. A flurry of a combination by Pedro Carvalho.
A nice knee to the
Kantaev is still in it. Big uppercut by Pedro Carvalho.
Swinging.
Mario Stanislat looked close there, but Pedro Carvalho has thrown everything in the sink at it.
What does it take for this man to
How is
go
Kantaev
down?
standing?
Oh
Big knees, there's time.
And he survived.
Ibragim Kantaev wobbly on his feet. Pedro Carvalho, ladies and gentlemen, a main event that just broke out. Just watch the canvas there. Mario Stanislat is aware of it. Plenty of water on the surface.
Kantaev is still looking a bit wobbly on his feet.
That's what I was about to say, Keith. Has Kantaev somehow managed to shake off them shots? But both fighters landed absolute bombs on each other. How both men stayed standing there is beyond me. What an end to round one. And we are underway. Round two, and Pedro Carvalho, you got to think he's got to be going back to his corner going, yep, I'm staying standing. And he's chasing, and Kantaev looks like he may have shaken it off a little bit.
Oh, that was a well-timed leg kick. I think that just buckled his knee.
Got to be careful. It looks like he could have the back here.
Good work to scrape him off there, and he's probably going to get top position out of this. I think Kantaev still has a Kimura grip on that far side, which could help him recover. And yeah, he's almost got back to his full guard.
Pedro Carvalho, be interesting to see what he can throw. We've seen the Russian on top and what he can do, but Pedro Carvalho, he was throwing serious elbows from the bottom, so I'd imagine again these elbows will be raining down from the top.
Like I said, still a battle for this inside control. Right now you can see Pedro, even when he is in the guard, he's trying to pummel to the inside of his of Kantaev's biceps, whereas Kantaev wants to get to the inside and then start getting his own attacks off.
And you can just see Kantaev just has his 2 feet on the hips of Pedro Carvalho, and every time Pedro tries to maneuver, he just pushes him away with that hip control.
Pedro might be able to just stand up if he wants to stand up, but I think he wants to just engage in the grappling and pass. He's looking to knee cut with his right knee.
Slides into half guard. Beautiful work by Pedro Carvalho.
Kantaev is still keeping that left butterfly in, which is going to help him recover. He got his butterfly guard back from that.
You'd wonder what both fighters are thinking after that.
Oh, triangle attempt. I think his head's about to slip out, yeah. But he still has that omoplata attack.
Both fighters very slippy now as well, so.
Carvalho's trying to create some separation between the grip that Kantaev has on his wrist by using his knee.
Pedro Carvalho, he's in a position where he really has to watch every little move he makes here.
He's in a relatively safe position, but one little mistake and he could be looking at getting omoplata.
Kantaev just landed a couple of shots on Pedro. Just while he has him in this position.
Good job by Kantaev controlling the leg just to limit Carvalho's ability to stand up there. And he's free.
Ends up in north-south as well.
Patient game.
The arm is still trapped in there, but he's out of it now. Pedro Carvalho, do you stand up out of this position?
I think it's best to stay out of the guard of Kantaev. Then again, he is landing some shots, but if you can just avoid those submission attempts, you're all good.
Incredible heart by both fighters shown to survive. Both fighters to survive the end of that first round, so you would imagine both are exhausted in there at the moment. And again, you can see Kantaev looking for that Kimura grip. He's got the wrist control. And that's perfectly fine. Oh, he twisted
Carvalho
it out there.
Tried to reach under his leg to defend. He's keeping a strong arm right now. Kantaev isn't getting the bend he needs. And again, Carvalho steps over so he can grab inside his thigh to defend.
Good work as well by Pedro Carvalho. Just defending it, Keith. As you were saying, it is excellent work to stop it.
I can hear John Kavanagh saying, watch that triangle. It looked like Kantaev was using that Kimura grip to maybe set up a triangle.
Postures up. Just needs to be careful. Watch that neck.
Almost use a neck crank there to maybe look to the back.
Good head position by Pedro Carvalho. This so far is an incredible performance by Pedro Carvalho. It was a little unknown to us here because this is only his second fight out of SPG Ireland, of course, coming across from Portugal. But he has shown he belongs in there with the best.
And he's making Kantaev work with all of these submission attempts as well.
And he gets the full mount. Pedro Carvalho, full mount. Kantaev trying to get out of position. And
he looked for that back take, but he just kind of rushed it. He didn't get he should have got his left knee a bit higher for a chair sit, we call it.
And Carvalho, you might say, maybe got a little excited there, Keith, just trying to take the back. And you can see Kantaev now, he's tired. He's happy to be in this position.
Watch how Kantaev controls the hips. He keeps his elbows planted. He keeps square with Carvalho's hips the whole time, making it hard for Carvalho to get his hips out to attack an armbar, triangle, anything.
An excellent main event so far here at Cage Legacy 7. He's got to watch the back now, Carvalho. He's just standing up, presenting it.
But Kantaev did this at the start as well. He gave up. He put himself in some danger, but he got back to his feet in the process. So sometimes you have to, no risk, no reward sort of thing.
Just got to watch the cage. Pedro Carvalho gets taken down. Kantaev, your 10-second clapper. And again, this is an interesting second round. Very different to the end of the first round, but very interesting to see what way the judges scored that, as both fighters were in better positions throughout that. And
well done to Kantaev for pulling that back.
Your third and final round of this main event to crown your Cage Legacy lightweight champion, and this has been a worthy main event. Kantaev just swinging first, and you can see that the shots are coming a little slower now by both men. Big leg, heavy leg kicks, but a big body shot landed by Carvalho. Just got caught with a hook and a big right hand by Kantaev. Kantaev looks the fresher of the two just at the moment. Carvalho with a jumping kick, but nobody there, and that looked a tired shot though. Pedro Carvalho just sitting in the pocket, and Kantaev does all of a sudden look a little tireder. Landed though, and Kantaev looks unsteady on his feet, and Carvalho would do well to stump this and get out of there. Beautiful. And he does step away and land his big shots. Here we go.
Very wobbly right now.
Carvalho unleashes shots.
Head kick, but again, just missed that second attempt.
Ibragim Kantaev, you can see why he's undefeated. He just doesn't give up.
Beautiful shot. That was a well-timed shot.
Carvalho just pushing the head down of Kantaev, just throwing it.
Balance by Carvalho.
Landing him nasty elbows as well, like Travis Brown. But Kantaev completes the takedown. Nice elbow again. The corner of a SPG fighter calling for it, and there is blood spewing from the head, and the time is called by the referee.
That looks like a bad cut on Kantaev.
Big elbows, of course, bringing big cuts. Kantaev looks very unsteady on his feet. Very unsteady. The referee, Mario Stomasat, just bringing him over to the neutral corner. The doctor's having a quick look at the cuts. never a way you want to see a fight finish is due to cuts, so hopefully this can continue. It'll be interesting to see when Mariusz Damasat then, Keith, will he start him back in that position, because Ibragim Kantaev, he worked to get to that position, so...
In the heat of the moment, is he even going to remember exactly where they were?
You'd like to think so. It looks like he's not. And you can see Ibragim Kantaev is asking. Yeah, and he has. He's bringing him back to that position now. It looked like he was almost going to start him on the feet, but I think Ibragim Kantaev just said, hey, ref, I worked for that takedown. Don't take it away from me. And we're back underway, and Kantaev now. I'd go back to them elbows again, though, if I was Pedro, if he can.
I think Carvalho might have had a Kimura grip before the break, actually. That.
2 hooks in by the Russian. He's fishing, looking for the neck here.
Carvalho needs to keep his head above Kantaev's.
And Carvalho does brilliantly there. Just peel the legs away, the feet, and now is in the guard. Excellent work by the Portuguese fighter. Hammer fists raining down. What a performance, Pedro Carvalho.
Crushing the nose with those elbows.
But the fight in the Russian.
Strong overhook on the left side by Kantaev. 3 rounds in, it's slippy though. It's going to be hard to maintain that overhook.
I'm not too sure what's left on the clock here, but if Pedro Carvalho can stay in this position and land shots, it's going to put him in a very strong position going to the judges' scorecards. Good head position by Carvalho, just keeping, kind of just pinned to the mat, not allowing him to threaten with submissions. I don't know even if Ibragim Kantaev has the energy to throw up a submission. Pedro landing serious shots from the top. And you can see the confidence. He almost knows now, Pedro Carvalho, he's in a dominant position here, landing big elbows. This will be scoring high in the judges' scorecards. To think where we were at the start of this, when it looked like Pedro Carvalho was in serious trouble with a big shot landed by Kantaev.
Carvalho just used his feet just to push Kantaev away from the fence, just to maybe limit his ability to get back up.
It just looks like the Russian just doesn't have it in the gas tank anymore, and who can blame him after the shots he's landed and taken throughout this fight. Again, Pedro Carvalho, he's staying busy enough. He's in the guard, but he's constantly staying busy. That's not even crossing Mariusz Damasat's mind here to stand him up.
Kantaev isn't actually attacking anymore. He's just trying to control the posture, trying to pummel to get overhooks so he can keep Pedro down and stop the damage. "50 seconds is the shout from the corner. Kantaev is just holding that body triangle, and again, it's going to stop his own hip mobility, so he can't actually it's no armbar setups that I know of that start from that triangle.
Pedro Carvalho is, you feel, moments away maybe from being crowned the Cage Legacy lightweight champion. And who would have thought that after the first minute or two of the exchanges? Incredible performance by the SPG man. Kantaev still fighting back from the bottom. And Carvalho, he's just trying to leave an exclamation mark on the judges' scorecard. He's going to sit up and land some hammer fists and elbows coming down. There's your 10-second clapper. Is Kantaev's IO about to go? There we go. We go to your judges' scorecards. An incredible main event here. The crowd in attendance on their feet applauding both fighters. And incredible to think that first round, Keith. And Pedro Carvalho.
That was a wild fight.
A wild fight, but an incredible performance by both fighters. But you would think, looking at both fighters in the cage right now, that Pedro Carvalho looks the more confident to be getting that strap around his waist.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for both fighters. What a main event! After 3 rounds of action, we go to your judges' scorecards. All three judges have scored this bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. And now, the Cage Legacy Lightweight Champion,